Right guys, I've seen a lot of videos of people struggling to grow koi indoors. I've had no problems whatsoever. I've put the light up there. That's a 6K light, which is better for colours. I put it in at first, I was in a rush to do it, and they did go really dull, but as you can see, the colours are starting to come back now. But that was the only thing I lacked. I've never had no nitrate spikes in this tank, and it's been running for about 2 months now. Never had a nitrate spike, ammonia spike, anything. It's been perfect, and I'm feeding up to maybe 6 to 10 times a day. If I'm off, I'll set the auto feeder up to feed them. I'm currently feeding Premium Junior Cuttlegut Koi Farm food. It's absolutely superb food. It's high in protein. The crude fat's at 15% and the crude fibres at 0.8. The ash, I will not feed food that's below 10% ash. That's above 10% ash, sorry. This is stage 2 food. You can get it in different stages. It's absolutely superb food. My first stage was the stage 1, which I will show you. It is like, I'm not kidding, it is like a breadcrumb. I keep it all in baby tins because they're really good. So it's like a breadcrumb. I fed them that for probably around a month, and then they outgrew it. They were just constantly hungry, so I changed over and I'm doing fine. I'll go through the filtration with you, but light is essential. I lost loads of colour through that light with not having that there, sorry. When I put that in, all the colour started coming back. As you can see, let me switch the pump off. Ooh! It's a bit fast reach. What it is, they're around 3 months old. They've had literally Cuttlebrook Koi Farm. I've not fed them nothing else apart from their food. I think the biggest there, this one here, is around 4 inches. They are literally about 3 months old, maybe 3 months and 1 week. I've got your 2 aerators in, one there. And if I switch that back on, because I don't want to leave the filtration off. It's currently running at around, I think it's 3,000 litres an hour. It goes through, I've got a lid for this that goes into there as well, whatever, I'll just put it there. That goes on top of there to keep the heat in. It comes through the bottom drain at the bottom, goes right down the back here to there, then that gets fed through there, through the EA Vari 10,000, up, back into it. My first chamber, it'll come out with the spray bar here, go into your your spawner brushes, filter brushes, then it'll go down through your wool mat, it'll go under here, back up here, through jack mat in here, then it'll go to your biohome media, which if I move that you'll be able to see, which is that stuff. That's really good at removing nitrates. It'll come through the carbon to take the smell away and pure, basically, any toxins in the water. Through your moving bed, which has got an air pump in here that I've turned it off. And then it'll go through the moving bed, through a layer of alpha grog, then it'll go into the last chamber, which goes up. It goes through another, probably about that much of alpha grog, and then your still K1 bed at the top to take all your fines out. Doing a fantastic job, as you can see. There's loads of fines, and if you move it and you stir it, you can see them all. That is just a putter off the EA pump. That's just zeolite. I'm not really using that for anything. That's just to hold this in place. That's just off the EA Vari, me pump, to stop the K1 from going down the chute to the return. I've wrapped it in bubble wrap to keep the heat in, which it's doing a really good job. This is me waste valve for that, which will go round, and that'll drain this chamber, which is 2 different chambers that are connected. It'll go round to that one, which that can basically drains the whole thing if I want. So I could leave this open, it doesn't really matter. That will be changed eventually, because I'm moving this to here. that will be going down there, so it'll be gravity fed then and not pump fed. At the minute it's pump fed, but just because I was in a rush to get them out the old tank. That is the purge valve to blow any excess poo and anything settled on the bottom of the drain. The wood is for when I put that piece of polycarbonate over in like the winter when it hits, I don't know, say below 0 to keep the warm inside there, because it is in a garage. I've got a lot of graffiti. That wasn't me, by the way. It is quite cold in here over winter. Other than that, I've got the aerator. So the only thing I'm running, I'm not running a UV yet, as I've never had a problem with running a UV indoors. I don't really need it. I do water changes quite a lot on this. As you can see here, I run it on a trickle feed system, which will go up. I've covered it with that. So there, that's a 3-stage one. Eventually, I've got it open which I will put a skimmer line on. I've covered it with tape here just because it's like literally a hole. But that will be coming out into a separate pump and then running back over into it. But I used 50mm Kingspan, well, Salatex, on here to keep the warm in. It's doing a brilliant job. It'll keep it at 22 degrees, no problem, as it's just, the heat has just come back on. I've seen a lot of people struggling with their koi to get growth and things like that, whereas I've not really had a problem. These will go for sale. That's just a thermostat to say how the temperature is. I keep it at this. Sometimes I'll rev it up to 26 degrees and keep it at 26 for a couple of weeks. Yeah, it's a nightmare in an electric bill, but it's one of them things that's going to happen. But other than that, that is everything. I've all connected it through here because they're simple, they're easy to do. You press a button, it turns whatever you want off instead of unplugging it and all that. It's on the Vary pump for 10,000, and then you've literally got your 2 air lines, 2 to the main pond and 1 to the moving bed, where we switch that on through. There we go. That will start then to move the moving bed. It all gathers in this corner. I think it's a bit off, to be fair, but other than that it moves. Then I've got the 2 aerators, which eventually they will be coming out, and an 8mm, one of these 8mm discs will be going into it, so I only need the 1 line then on 8mm airline. But if you've got any questions on growth, anything like that, I don't think I'm forgetting anything. If you've got any questions on growth, or you're stuck or anything, just message me and I'll answer as much as I can. I've been doing this a good few years now. It's the first video I've done, to be fairly honest with you. But if you get stuck or anything, the water's a bit murky now because I've just done a water change and bits do come down here, return to the pond. I do about between 20 and 25% water change on the whole tank. I'll empty the filter as well, so say around about 30% every week, maybe 2, depending on how filthy the filter gets. I've never had a nitrate spike, I've never had an ammonia spike. It's all been absolutely perfect, and they are growing really fast. As you can tell, they're 3 months old and the biggest is 4 inch, and that's the only food I've fed. I have got a lot of food. I've got all my GH buffer, KH buffer, I've got my wheat germ for the ones outside in the winter, but there again, that's a different story. I've got Hikari Gold, I've got Saki Hikari behind it, so it's all quite high pricey foods, but you feed them well, they'll grow well. I've got the likes of your bicarbonate soda, but I don't tend to use that because it doesn't add nothing except for the pH level. So if you use like your KH buffer that's made for that, you've got stuff in it that adds to your water and your fish's health, and as you can tell, they think it's food time now. But I have never had a problem. It has been absolutely superb, and it is literally just a tooth. I think it's between 1,500 and 2,000 litres the tank. I paid, I think it was £250 for it, which isn't much for what you got. I think I paid £100 for the Cockney Koi Multi-Bay 4000, and that's doing an absolutely superb job. I can't knock it. But other than that, it's running absolutely brilliant. Cannot knock it. Got your 2 heaters. Oh yeah, I've got 2 500-watt heaters in there, which is doing a brilliant job. They've been running for a good few months. One's running, I've set it to 22 normally, I'll go up to 26 sometimes, but that one is the same. That's gone into standby at the minute, but because they are on, because I need to move them. I want them in a flow, so it flows the water around, but because it's hitting them, it's cooling them down, so they keep coming back on. But when I have all this moved, I did have them in here, but I had a incident about 4 weeks ago, where I had them stuck just there at the back, and I emptied this, and I forgot about the heater, and it burnt the heater out. And as you can see, it's somewhere behind all my other fish stuff. Yeah, anyway, it burnt all the plastic, and it nearly caught fire really. So I took them off now and put them in that, because I know if anything happens, this is less likely to drain. Whereas that would actually probably drain quicker than that. So I think that's everything I've gone over, which is just the 30, that is, I think it's 40 litres a minute. I don't need anything big. I've got a 90 down there, but it's too much power for this tank. It pulls them around like there's no tomorrow. Other than that, I've gone through it all with the bubble wrap as well, right the way around the system. Underneath it, because it's sat on 4 legs in the corner, and then your bottom drain is actually a leg when the weight's in the middle of it, so it sloops down like that, so it can go down the bottom drain. I have wrapped that pipe as well with bubble wrap, which is a 4-inch bottom drain. And also I have put some of this stuff, the Celotex, right along the bottom of it, and just cut round the legs, stop the cold from coming through the concrete. But other than that, they're absolutely doing superb. So if you've got any questions, again, let me know, and I'll answer them as much as I can. These are from Cuttlebrook Koi Farm. They all come to my door. I had no fatalities or nothing. They were really well packaged. The water was still clean when I took them out, so it was really good. The likes of I've seen a few people that have not had no fatalities. They put them in the tank hasn't been matured, and they've all died. I've seen it a few times, and I've seen people not getting no